Hey there, my name is Sam. I'm the founder of the Color Palette Studio, and I am so excited to introduce you to the Brand Guideline Builder. This is a system of templates that I created for myself to help me create brand guidelines in a way that felt easy and actually fun. So I'm going to show you how these templates work together and how it can feel so magical and easy to create brand guidelines. So what we're going to do is look at the left side of my screen and the right side of my screen. So there are two different styles of templates here. On the left side is the brand guideline template. This is like the placeholder. This is where all the templates are going to live, and it has preloaded information. So for the color palette, there's information about it and how to use it. So all of that is preloaded for you. And then on the right side of my screen are the mix and match page templates. So this is 168 pages of page templates that all have different options depending on the style. So if we're looking for like the color range style, there are options. If we're looking for the color formula, there are options. So these we are going to update, and it's only going to take a few minutes to update. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, but I'm going to show you how it works because it's really, really magical. So you see how these are like all rainbow colors. So let's actually like update them. I'm going to go to this page here, which is update colors, and I'm going to have my color palette pulled up over here. And what I'm going to do is update them. So colors 1 through 7, I'm going to update. And I'm going to change color number 1 to my actual color number 1. And then I'm going to click this to change all. And it's going to update it on every single page. It's so cool. So then I'm going to repeat that for his color, or for colors 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The cool thing about this tool is that your palette can be really any size you want. My particular palette is 7 colors, and I'm just going to ignore everything with 8 through 12. Next, we're going to update color codes, and this is like really, really magical and fun. So I'm going to hit Command F on my keyboard, and I'm just going to copy the hex code code, and then I'm going to replace it with the actual hex code. And then I'm going to click this button here to replace all. And I won't make you watch me do all of these, but essentially when you do this formula, it will update all of the color names, all of the hex codes, all of the RGB codes, and CMYK codes, which is going to save you so much time and just give you more options. After I update my color codes, I'm also going to update my font families. So I'm going to change the heading font to the font that I actually want to use, which in this case is Louise Display. And then I'm going to click change all, and it's going to update all my headings across this document with my proper heading font. And then I'm going to repeat it for subheading, accent, body, and color codes. And then finally, I'm going to repeat that Command F, and I'm going to use find and replace to update the font name. So I'm just going to update the heading font name with the actual font, which in this case is Louise Display. And I'm going to click replace all, and it's going to update it across the doc. Okay, that took less than 5 minutes to do, and I'm going to show you how magical this is. So now that I just made those tiny little tweaks and updated the color codes and font names, it's updated the fonts and colors and codes across the entire document. So now this is where the magic really, really happens. So what we're going to do is go to this page menu, and we have all of these different page categories. So I'm going to start with color palettes, and I'm going to jump there, and then I get to choose my palette size. So my palette size is 7 colors. So now I get to choose any one of these templates to add to my brand guideline document. I can choose any style I want, and the cool thing is that all the color names and color codes are automatically added. So let's pretend I really like this style. I'm going to go to the color palette page and just delete the placeholder box, and then I'm just going to paste in the color palette, and it's going to be perfectly formatted, centered. It's going to go exactly where it's supposed to go. Next, I can repeat this with all these different categories. So the next category is color codes. So I'm going to select the template with color codes, and I'm going to copy this and paste it in, and it's going to have all of my hex codes, RGB, and CMYK colors. So now that I've added all of my logos and my favorite page styles from the mix and match page templates, I can actually finish up the brand guidelines. So all I have to do is customize the fonts and colors of the guidelines themselves. So I can make it so that the heading font is matching my actual heading font, and then click change all, and I can update the colors so they match the colors in the document. So I can make them all match. And in just literally a few seconds, I've got these guidelines all ready to go. Okay, look at that. Now we have fully customized, ready to use brand guidelines. whether you're making these for yourself or you're sending them or preparing them for a client, it's going to be much easier to create these guidelines, and it will be much easier to use them because they only have the information that you really need, and there's just like no fluff. These are so pretty and so fun. I love how easy this was to create, and I hope that you do too.